Today, I want to talk about how to prioritize service on your website, and I want to introduce our new inventory management app. So let's talk a little bit about service. We all know there's an inventory shortage going on right now. That shouldn't be a surprise to anyone, but we need a way for to be able to push something that our dealership can do for people in a way to make money if we're not going to be able to get inventory for the foreseeable future. So we want to talk a little bit about how to do that with your service department. And there's a few different ways you can do this with your website. The first is literally just collect people requesting service from your website. So give them the ability to schedule service with you. I know that some of you offer it both in the dealership if they can bring their equipment in, or you can offer to send them an on-site technician to go out because sometimes it's just not possible to bring the equipment in. And so you make sure you have that noted in your in the way that you collect service requests so that people know you offer that on-site availability, and then they know that it might take a little bit longer because you have somebody that has to run out to where they are, but keep that option open for them. The second way is service specials. So we have equipment specials we talk about all the time, whether it's a financing deal or it's cash back, that kind of thing. Why not offer those with service as well? And this is something that you can do either from the manufacturer like Kubota, or you can come up with your own. A great example of that is have like a regular maintenance schedule. So if someone has a piece of equipment, say a mower, and you want to sell them like a maintenance package that has you'll check all of their fluids and belts, things like that. You'll sharpen their blades for them before they get into mowing season, and then you'll offer to do all of that kind of stuff and kind of winterize their mower so that it's ready to store for a little bit until it's used again in the following spring. So you can come up with those on your own, and I want to show you how to set those up on your website here in just a second. And then last, warranty information and recalls, things like that. I know that in order to get elite or premier dealer status with Kubota, you need to hit a certain number of recalls that you can service in a year. And so why not advertise that on your site and let people know, hey, there's a recall on X machine. We can help you take care of that. So schedule service with us and keep your service department busy that way. So I want to add this content to the site, and I'm going to show you how, but there's a few things that you're going to need before you jump in. And so it's great to think this through and talk to your service department and talk to the person that manages your website to make sure you have all these things before you jump into the back end, or else you're going to be waiting to get those. So first thing is just a title. What's the name of your service inspection special or your package, whatever it might be? Come up with the title. You want an image or two to represent that. You can take a picture of your service department or your one of the bays that you have in the back, or anything like that, just because images are very captivating to people, and people are more likely to click on something that has an image. So find something that works really well for you there. You want to have details, obviously. So if you have a maintenance package that you're selling people, make sure you detail what's in that maintenance package, or if you have multiple packages, how do you set those apart? Show people how you do that. And then you want to have dates that these run, and they could run forever, and that's great. But if you have a specific time, that this special is around, and maybe it's good from April 1st through June 1st. You want to be able to set that and have that ready so that you can, let people know that it's a limited time and kind of, build up anticipation because it's not going to be there forever. And then lastly, you want to have some disclaimers. So anytime you offer special offers, or you put out a finance offer or anything like that, you want to let people know that there are some restrictions. So if they have a 50-year-old tractor, it might be impossible to get parts for that. And so you want to set those expectations so that people don't buy something and then realize later that, oh, I can't actually service this because Alice Chalmers, the brand, has not existed in a long time. And so let people know that it doesn't apply to every single situation. So let's add a little bit of content to our website. I'm going to hop over to the back end of our demo site here and show you a couple of different ways that you can add service specials and add direct links to your service department from your site. So starting with the actual service specials page, and I'll actually show you what that looks like first, just so you can get the idea. So we click on service, then service specials. We have our service specials here. Click on the offer details. It shows an image, ways to contact you, that kind of stuff. There's a really easy way to set these up in the back end of the website. And so to do that, you'll come to the back end here, you'll log in, and then you'll go to content, and then scroll down to where it says dealer specials, right here in this little dealer section. So you're gonna click on that, and this is gonna be all the specials that you have on your website. You may have a few of these for tractor packages or different equipment, but you can also add them for service, parts, and rentals. So I'm gonna click on create a dealer special, and you'll see these blanks here, these fields, and you'll completely understand why I said to grab some of this information ahead of time, because you're going to enter all that information in here. So first off, type of special, we're going to click service. And what that means, when you click that drop down, it's going to automatically put this on your service page for you. You don't have to go back to the page and set it. This will route it to the correct page for you automatically. You want to put your title, like I'll call it spring maintenance package or something like that. And then the tagline is just a little bit of additional information that people might want to see to be able to click on it. So it's going to be something like fluid tests and check belts, something like that. Anything that might draw people in and let them know what is in the spring maintenance package. And then for the description, literally tell them what's in the package. So I mentioned fluid tests, or you're sharpening blades, or whatever it might be. You can type all of that in here. Stuff like that. And then the disclaimer, that's literally just what you're going to put. And a lot of dealerships have sort of a standard one that you can kind of copy and paste here. The easy one is offer expires, let's say, April 30. Some restrictions apply, see dealer for details, right? The same thing you always hear in the car commercials. So you can add that here for your disclaimer. And then when you click on dealer special feature, do you see this checkbox here? That's going to add this special to your homepage as well. So it's going to live two places if you check this box. It's going to live on your service specials page for everybody that visits there, and it's going to live on your homepage. You may have to have that set up. So we do have a widget that we drop on the homepage for you that allows you to use this. But if you haven't been using a lot of dealer specials before and you've just been relying on the ones that we auto feed from Kubota, you might need to reach out to the help desk and make sure that we have this set up on your homepage so that it shows up. And then lastly, an image for the special. And that can be something from your library that you already have. It can be one that you upload, whatever you want to that best conveys what that special is going to be in an image. So I'm just going to put a random one in here of this guy. And then before you hit publish, because publishing makes it live on your site, I want to show you one more thing. I'm going to scroll back up to the top so it's a little easier to see. If you click more actions, you'll notice it says publish, unpublish on specific date. This allows you to set a specific date that this is going to be published. So if I don't want this special to start until April 1st, I can set that publication date to April 1st here at 7 a.m. local time or whatever I want to do. Obviously, it's just a little calendar, and you can just select that here. Select your hour, let's say 7 a.m. And then I can also take this down on a specific date and kind of build that sense of urgency in so that people know, like, this is only for a limited time. And so you can set this to unpublish on, say like June 30th or something like that. So that allows you to set that date and set an expiration, but now you don't have to go back in your website in order to unpublish that later. So just in case, it goes off at June 30th and it's no longer going to be valid, let the website do the work for you. You don't have to come back here and set yourself a reminder to come back on a Thursday evening or what have you and unpublish that. It'll do it automatically if you set that here. So again, I just want to show you where this lives. When you're creating a special, you want to click more actions, and the publish, unpublish on specific date are going to be right there. That's where you set the publication date and the expiration date. And then when you're ready, everything looks good, you just hit publish. Remember that sometimes you were waiting on some of that information on the package, or you have a picture that you want to take, but you had to stage it. Then you can save this as draft and come back later. So it's going to save all the work that you've done here, but it's not, that way you don't have to start from scratch. And then when you click publish, it'll be ready to go. So like I said, that special is automatically going to be put on both your service specials page that I showed a second ago, right here. Oh, one more back. So right here on the service specials page, we click see offer details. It takes us there. And also, you can add it to your homepage. So let me go to the homepage here and show you where this looks like. I only have one staged here, but you can add up to 3. So this is my only current dealer special is my maintenance package I just built, and I can click here for more details and take me right to the detail page for this plan. Another thing I want to show you is you can add things below your header. So you can of course add things in this hero section here that say like request service, that kind of thing. But if you don't have that, if you have a big banner or if you have something else you want to add a few buttons, you can add a button banner that you see right here. And I've made it a ton of different colors. You don't have to do that. I just wanted to show you what's possible. So this button banner can hold up to 8 buttons, a minimum of 2. And you can set the colors to whatever you want pretty much. It can be your brand color, like I've chosen blue here. It can be Kubota orange. It can be black. It can be a custom color. So I've chosen like gray just to make it look good with the site, but it can be anything. So if your colors are say, blue and yellow, and so I have this blue as my main color that runs it through the site, but maybe I want to make a couple of yellow buttons with black text on them or dark blue text, something that shows up and is very readable. I can do that with this button banner. Let me show you how to add that real quick. So you can add this to any page. I'm going to click on home page. And over in the right-hand column over here where it says drag widgets and it has a list of all of the different widgets you can add to your site, scroll down to where it says dealer custom. It's kind of towards the bottom, and you're going to see button banner, and you literally just click to drag that onto the page like I did right here. And then what you can do is you click edit once you've placed the button banner where you want it to go, and you'll be able to add buttons. So I've added a few here. This is what you're going to need to add a button. You're going to have to add a title that goes on the button, the label that's on the button. You can add the background color, and like I mentioned, there's a bunch of different ways you can do this. So you can add Kubota orange, just black. The dealer branded color that you see right here, this is going to be whatever your branded color is set to on your site. So I know some of you have blue, some of you have like a dark red color, and some of you just have Kubota orange, and that's awesome. But either way, you can set that to match your dealership branding if you have your site set up for that. The custom color means you can pick pretty much anything you want. So I click on this bar here, and it asks for RGB, or you can change this through, you can use hex color. If you're not familiar with how to find your hex color, just go to your site and you can use something like a color picker. I have one that's set in my my Chrome tab, so I can click this, and it's called Eyedropper, and you can find this in the Chrome extensions store, or you can just go to a website and search for pick color from web page, and it'll tell you instructions on how to find that. So you click pick color from web page, and what this does is it adds a little box, and I can hover over the color I want, like this blue in this contact envelope here. When I click on that, it tells me what the hex color is, and the hex is like hashtag and then 6 characters. So you just want to copy those 6 characters. In this case, it's 303 E9C. I'm going to copy those, and I'll come back to where my button banner is, and I can paste that here under hex. So I can just paste that, and it would add that custom color for me. And then you can choose the text color, and obviously you want to choose something that's legible. So if you're doing a really dark color, you want to choose white. Or if you're doing a really light color, you might want to choose black, or you might want a custom color. So I mentioned, maybe you want like yellow buttons with a dark blue text. You can do that, and the same process for choosing a custom color exists. You can type in a hex color. You can drag the little ball around on the graph and find that color that works best for you. And then the hover background color is going to be what happens when someone hovers over this button to click it. Like, how do they know that they selected it? So you can choose just something that's complementary. Usually just black or white does the trick. I chose Kubota orange in this instance because I have a black button and I think it would look nice. And then I want white text there. And then lastly, the button link. Where is this link button going to take people? So you can link to a page on your site just by clicking link to page. And then this little menu pops up. This is your entire website. So if you already know the page, you can search for it, or you can just click on it like I've done here. I want to go to the service page. So I just click that, click done selecting, and now it's going to go to this page on my site. If you're sending people to an external URL, meaning they're going to a different site that's not yours, a great example of this might be a recall notice that's on KubotaUSA.com. Then you can click enter URL instead, and you can just copy and paste the web address from Kubota USA. And so just so I'm clear what I'm saying here, you're going to go to Kubota USA, go to the page, and then you just click up here, copy what's in the address bar, and paste that back in here for the URL. And then you can just save that. And every time someone clicks on that button, it'll take them to that page. So that's how we've got that. You can see I've clicked add button. I've got a second button here, third and fourth. I can add a fifth if I want to just by clicking add button and set all of these parameters. And then if I don't want this one, I can just click remove button. What happens if you have more than 4 on a page? It's going to be, it's going to drop to the next line. So you can have up to 8, but it's going to be 4 per line. So if you add more than 4, it's going to drop down to that second line and show a second row of buttons. So that's really easy. And like I said, I have this on my home page, but you can just as easily add this to service pages, to equipment pages, wherever you want to. You can drop this on the site and set up a few buttons as some quick links for people to get to, and you can style them to make them look really good. So I've got all my changes done. I can hit publish, and I'm good to go. A couple of other ideas for your service pages. I'll click over here. You can, of course, have a select or a request service page. And generally, when we set that up for you, it's just a form. And so we have form. You can change these fields that are on the form. So this is what we have that we're collecting from people. But if you have separate locations, or if you have the option for them to bring in the equipment or to send out an on-site tech, you can do that right here and set up your form to collect that kind of information. Make it easy on your service manager to know what the person needs. So when they reach out to them, it'll be a really quick and easy conversation to get that service on the books for you. You can set up warranty information. So we have the Kubota Orange Protection Program that we've been working on. You can add things like this and talk about warranties that you offer as a dealership, warranties that your manufacturers offer. Put all of that on the page. You can even have a section for recall notices if you want to do that and you want to collect some more service there. Because as we talked about before, a lot of manufacturers require you to process so many recalls in a year in your service department in order to keep some sort of special status like Premier Elite. So those are a few different ways to prioritize service on your site. Make that really simple for people to both request service and find out more information about what you offer. And then next, I want to talk a little bit about a new product that we have, and I want to give you a chance to be the first folks to sign up for it. So let's talk a little bit about our brand new inventory management app. And I'll give you a demonstration, but I just want to talk a little bit about what it is and what it does first. And so we have built an app that you can, it's called a progressive web app that you can add to your phone, and it works with any device. A progressive web app means you don't have to go to the Apple App Store or the Google Play Store to download it. You just go to a specific website, and then it works like an app on your phone. You can even save it to your home screen so you have really quick access to it. And we definitely have instructions to show you how to do that whenever we unveil this. And so that's the great thing. It doesn't matter if you're running an iPhone 6 or the newest iPhone. It's going to work because it works through your browser and it's not a download. You'll be able to add specs to your equipment through a new integration we have with a company called Equipment Watch. So before you had to add specs yourself through either your dealer business system or manually. Now we actually have a way for you to find equipment and add those specs. And then you can even edit them. So if somebody has done some sort of modification, so the horsepower has changed, for instance, then you'll be able to change that from the standard set of specifications that we add from Equipment Watch. You, of course, can add brand new equipment through this, and that's great, but you can also edit existing inventory. So if you wanted to type most of this out on your computer, just because that's sometimes easier than typing stuff out with your thumbs on a small phone, you could do that, and then you could go out to the lot and take pictures with the images and edit that piece of equipment to take images from right there on the lot. And if you don't have a connection, that's okay. So this app actually stores the data locally on your device, and then it will save it until you get back to either a Wi-Fi connection or if you don't have great cell reception where you're at, until you get to cell reception. And then it will make all those updates for you. So it's a pretty cool feature. So of course now, let's go check it out. Let's switch real quickly to my demo. So I have this pulled up on my computer, but I've styled it to look like a phone as much as I could. But it is, but you'll see my mouse because we're doing this through my computer. So I've logged in here. This is what I see. Got TracTru Inventory Manager, got the demo site inventory. I've set this up on our demo site. So I'm just going to click on site inventory. And then from here, it's got a list of my equipment. I've got it sorted by newest right now, but you can also sort from title, manufacturer. If you have an ordinal, which means if you have a specific order that you want your equipment to be in, then you can sort by that as well, so you can find it easily. Or just the oldest stuff. If it's something that you have had on the lot for a while and you want to put it in that order to find it, you can do so and maybe change the price. And then I've got a few items here. You can see where the edit is, but I want to add a brand new piece of equipment so you can see how that works. So I'm going to click Add Equipment. And then there's two different ways to do this. You can either load it from Equipment Watch, and that pulls in the specs that we just talked about, or you can enter that equipment manually and forego the specs. Maybe it's an older model and doesn't necessarily matter. You just want to get it up on the site real fast. You can do that here. I'm going to click Load from Equipment Watch to show you how that works. And so from here, you can search for the model, which is really fast, or you can enter the manufacturer first. So I actually, I'm going to look for a piece of Kubota equipment, and I know that if I just search for the specific model, that it's going to pop up. So the SVL90, you'll see potential matches down here for that piece. So I'm going to click on the SVL90-2, which is the one I want. Hit select, load data. And then this is what it looks like. So there's a few things that you might need to add, like the equipment year. And so that's going to be, let's say it's 2020. Enter your stock number for this. I'm just going to make up one, but you probably have one of these in your dealer business system that you want to match up with. Same with the serial number. And then you can change the category here. Equipment Watch adds their own based on how they have their database set up. But if you just want this to be, just loader or whatever you use for categories, you can change that to say, loaders, however you have your site set to do that. Enter the number of hours on the machine if it's a piece of used equipment. And then you can even set the conditions. So you can add new and used equipment here. And then, of course, your price. And if you don't want to advertise a price, just put 0 so that it will say call for pricing. And then, is it available to sell? So sometimes you get this stuff set up, but it's not necessarily ready to go on the site just yet. You can mark it unavailable. It's going to default to available, which means it's going to go up on your site and show up as a piece of equipment there. And then we've got specs that this is loaded in. And you can double check these, make sure everything is good and matches what was brought in. Like I said, sometimes for various models, somebody might have modded it in some way and put something aftermarket on it to change some of these. So you can just run through that real quick and make sure these all look good. You can add additional ones if you want to, and then you've got a space for description. So we could say like in great condition, low hours, or something like that. And then private notes. So if your sales staff needs some notes on a particular piece of equipment, maybe it's on consignment, or maybe there's if it's an excavator and it comes with a couple of different buckets, you can put that here to remind your sales staff, like, hey, don't forget to check this. And then, of course, you can upload images. And for right now, because I'm on a computer, it's going to show up like with all my folders and things like that. But when you're on your phone, it will take you to your camera, and you'll be able to upload multiple images from your gallery. And so once that's done, you can hit save. And it's going to add that piece of equipment, which I didn't add an image, but it's going to add that piece of equipment right here. And I'll be able to edit it later if I want to add photos, things like that. So this is really easy to use. It's very fast. It shows up on your website as soon as you get it published, as long as you have it marked available, obviously. And for right now, let me go back to my presentation. We are looking for folks to try this out. So if you enter your equipment manually, meaning you don't upload it from either Tractor House or your dealer business system, you're adding it from the back end of your computer, we'd love to hear from you, and we'd love to set this up for you so that you can start playing with this. You can start adding specs and adding images from your phone and getting this working. If you are interested in that, take down my email right here. It's k.mccord@tractru.com, and send me an email after this and say, hey, we're really interested in getting this set up on our site, and we'll get that going for you. If you just have questions about it in general, you can also reach out to me. This is the address for that, k.mccord@tractru.com. And so that's what we wanted to run through with you today. I lastly wanted to ask, does anybody have any questions about anything we've seen, anything about adding service to your site, anything about the inventory management app? And remember, you can add questions by clicking the chat down on the bottom right corner of your screen, and just type those in, and I'll read them out and answer for you. Cool. While I'm waiting for questions, I want to say one more thing about our the inventory management app is slowly going to become what we're a mobile manager for your site. And so there'll be in the future there'll be ways to manage your rentals. You have a rental fleet there. There'll be a way to manage like special offers. So if you want to add a special offer directly from the app, you can do that. You don't even have to log into the back of your site on a computer. You can just do it from your phone. Cool. Stacy asked, is this linked to our dealer business system? This is not right now. We have a direct feed with your dealer business system that we get data from. And because it's the single source of truth, we would call it, is from your dealer business system, it would overwrite all of the information on this for right now every time it syncs with your dealer business system. So we don't have that hooked up yet. But we hope to add that in the future. We're definitely looking into that. And honestly, if you want to just hook up your site to your business system, we can do that too. It's a pretty easy thing for us to set up. We work with all of the preferred Kubota business system vendors. So if you're interested in that, you can reach out to our help desk, KubotaHelp@TracTru.com, and we can help get that set up for you. So you only have to enter in your business system, and it'll sync over to your site. Okay. Well, I'm not seeing any other questions at this time. So I just want to say thanks everybody for coming by our webinar today. And remember, if you're interested in adding your equipment through the inventory management app, you can reach out to kmccourt@TracTru.com and I'll help get you set up. Thanks everybody so much, and we'll talk to you soon.